Hello everyone and welcome to PendulumEdu, and in this session for vocabulary I have got another article for you which is headed as what we can say right now. Firstly I today wish to let you know the idea behind this session for the Hindu vocabulary is that to strengthen your vocabulary, that is to enhance your word power. And we discuss a lot many articles wherein we tell you the usage of words according to their existence in a sentence. Like maybe they give the different power of speech. We tell you the power of speech. We tell you the examples. We give you the usage in a sentence. And we take a word of the day every day from this particular article wherein we ask you to frame the sentence like that. So I hope you've been going through these sessions, and if you like it, then don't forget to subscribe the channel for more such sessions. So for today's session, let's begin with this article which heads at arms and the women. So there are two frames taken of arms और women. So अगर आप देखें तो ये दो main subjects होंगे हमारे discussion के. Arms यहाँ पर हम army से related बातें कर रहे हैं. So arms could be weapons also. जिसे हम कहते हैं हथियार. अच्छा अगर आप देखो आर्म जो हमारी हाथ होता है दैट द मोमेंट आपने इसको एस ऐड कर दिया तो ये क्या बन गया वेपन्स हथियार बन जाएगी हमारे लिए. देयर आर नाउन्स वेयरइन इफ यू ऐड एस टू इट और एस तो देयर उनका जो मीनिंग होता है वो चेंज हो जाता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर मैं बात करती हूँ वाटर एंड इफ आई से वाटर्स. So water is H2O, we all know that. So what about waters? Waters, we can say seas, oceans, rivers. So there are different subjects wherein if you add S or ES to them, the meaning might change completely. Other example I could give you would be when I say iron and irons, a fruit and fruits. When I say iron, I'm talking about the metal iron. Or the iron that we use to iron our clothes. Irons, on the other hand, are the handcuffs, right? जो बेड़ियाँ होती हैं हथकड़ी. और fruit, we all know that is a fruit. But the moment आप उसमें s add कर देते हो, it becomes fruits. और fruits होता है results, नतीजा किसी चीज़ का. So s लगाने से या es लगाने से इस word का meaning can be altered. It can change, and the usage also might change accordingly. So let's move ahead. Here arms have a different meaning altogether. It's a noun. So it is related to army, which very means weapons or yeah. And another important subject is women. The pronunciation of word, it's not a woman. Woman is this. When you use this word, this is woman. But this is women. Okay, so this is also important when you pronounce a word, it has to go accurate. Chalo. On gender barrier in Indian Army. Barrier is now which means obstruction. And when I say obstruction, I mean कोई किसी तरह की जो रुकावट होती है उसकी बात करें. बैरियर एक जो कहते हैं ना हिंड्रेंस आ जाती है कोई चीज़ में एक बाधा आ जाना. So क्या है जेंडर बैरियर. किस तरह का रुकावट है जेंडर. See, you might have seen that in Indian Army women are given less of opportunities or less chances to be a part of just because of the gender. Okay, there is gender biasness. So जो भेदभाव होता है in the terms कि oh God ये तो लड़की है या she's a woman and she's a lady and she cannot be a part of Indian Army because she might not have those that power, that body strength, right? But that's not the case, and that is what has been discussed here in this article. After a long battle, women officers overcome the gender barrier in the Indian Army. After a long battle, a long battle is a phrase which means a lambi jung. Like rigorously they were fighting for something. बहुत time से वो एक जंग लड़ रहे थे about their participation in the Indian Army, and they have actually overcome. Overcome here it's being used as a verb. Okay, it's an action word, which means उन्होंने they have actually passed through. Or you can say managed. sailed, they've sailed through it, they've overcome it, उन्होंने उससे उभर आए हैं. And the gender barrier now is no more there, or maybe it has been lessened. See, I want to say that gender barrier or gender biasness is not there in our society. It is there. It, like, I believe it cannot be eliminated or eradicated completely, because see, eliminating this kind of thing outright, like, it is not possible, right? But to an extent, it could be lessened, or the effectiveness of that particular thing could be lessened or mitigated to some extent, or to a great extent. And that is what has happened when it comes to gender barrier in the Indian Army. It says a glass ceiling was shattered. A glass ceiling, it's a phrase, it's a noun, which means a barrier that can hardly be seen. एक ऐसी रुकावट और या बाधा जो नज़र नहीं आती, लाइक बहुत ही, it is there but दिखाई नहीं पड़ती है. Okay, that is a glass ceiling. So it was shattered. It was shattered, and shattered here has been used as a verb. Shatter means to bring it down or to break it down. On Thursday, when the Ministry of Defence issued a formal letter granting permanent commission to women officers in the Indian Army, the uphill battle to break a gender stereotype. The uphill battle, which is going up and up, like it's a battle which is actually rigorously or intensifying with time. So uphill here is used as an adjective which is qualifying the noun subject battle. So I'm writing it here. Uphill is an adjective. I've written it there. Uphill means to go up or to intensify. Okay, बढ़ता हुआ, right? To break a gender stereotype. Stereotype is like a belief or a fact or situation that is followed, or that has been followed for long. That has been followed for long. बहुत टाइम से आप इस चीज़ को फॉलो करते हुए आ रहे हो. दैट वो एक स्टीरियोटाइप होती है, जैसे कहते हैं ना, एक तरीके का प्रत्यानुसी जो चीज़ होती है जो हम फॉलो कर ही जा रहे हैं. सो काइंड ऑफ टू ब्रेक दिस जेंडर स्टीरियोटाइप, इस प्रत्यानुसी चीज़ को हमें तोड़ना है, and provide equal opportunities for women in the army had to be fought right up to the highest level in the Supreme Court. Even so, the MOD's government-sanctioned letter specifying the grant of permanent commission to short service commissioned women officers in all the 10 streams in which they presently serve is a cause for celebration. Cause for celebration, it is a reason to celebrate, to rejoice. It is one such a reason to rejoice. Now, when I say women officers in all the 10 streams in which they presently serve, so they say that they have been given this opportunity or this chance that they could participate, they could be a part of these 10 streams. It will go a long way in ending a prejudice associated with the army. Prejudice, ये जो धोखाधड़ी है एक तरीके, तो जो चीट्स करते हैं, जो मिस गाइड या मिस लीडिंग फैक्ट्स जो हैं, जो उनको आप उनके सामने जो छल करते हैं, वो जो प्रेजुडिस है, पता नहीं कब तक एसोसिएशन रहेगा हमारे आर्मी के साथ. True, the fight was far from easy. Like it wasn't. This means far from easy means it was not at all easy. आसानी से बहुत दूर दूर तक था. It was long and protracted as the government initially glossed over a Delhi High Court ruling in the litigants' favor 10 years ago. As the government initially glossed over, it actually, this is a phrase, it's a phrase. So it says it was long and protracted, like आपको नहीं पता कि कहाँ तक जाएगा. This is also an adjective. These two adjectives have been stated for the situation. The fight जो चल रही थी बहुत लंबी थी और उसका आप कोई ट्रैक नहीं रख सकते थे. Like protracted, like you cannot like control it. It was beyond your control, beyond one's control. So as the government initially glossed over the High Court, Delhi High Court ruling in the litigants' favor, पहले तो गवर्नमेंट ने क्या किया, ग्लॉस ओवर मतलब कुछ कहते हैं पॉलिश लगाकर उन्होंने उनको पहले तो उनके फेवर में डिसीजन दे दिया. लिटिगेंट्स फेवर, litigant is noun which means a person who files a case, a person who fights a case. Okay, जो केस लड़ रहे हैं, जो केस लड़ने वाला व्यक्ति है, दैट इज द लिटिगेंट. ठीक है, जिसने कि ये जो पिटिशन फाइल की है या जो याचिका जो दर्ज की है, जिसने अर्जी लगाई है, अर्जी का. सो ग्लॉस्ड ओवर, दे फर्स्ट मेड इट लुक इजी. ओके, उसको आसान दिखाया कि वो बहुत आसान है उनके लिए, एंड उनको पहले अच्छा अच्छा दिखा के उनके फेवर में डिसीजन दे दिया था 10 years ago. Further it says, then in the Supreme Court, just what the litigants were up against became clear from the views of the government. भाई जो चीज़ litigants जिन्होंने ये अर्जी रखी थी, जिन्होंने ये फाइल किया, जो पिटिशन फाइल किया था, केस लगाया था, whatever they were against about, government का views were clear that government के views exactly वही थे जो वो नहीं चाहते थे जब ये सुप्रीम कोर्ट में ये बात हुई. So, a written note to the court pointed out the physiological limitations of women officer. Physiological adjective है, physiological is related to the physique or physical ability. ठीक है, तो शारीरिक क्षमता की हम बात कर रहे हैं. तो जो लिटिगेंट्स थे, जो मुकदमा जिन्होंने किया था, मुकदमेबाज जो थे, उनके जो व्यूज़ थे बिल्कुल जो नहीं वो चाहते थे गवर्नमेंट का वही था. और उन्होंने सबसे पहली बात जो कही वो फिजियोलॉजिकल लिमिटेशंस के बारे में बात की, saying that these were great challenges for women officers to meet the exigencies of service. Exigencies, urgencies. This is now emergency जो होती है, जो एकदम से अगर किसी इमरजेंसी में हमें ज़रूरत पड़ी तो ज़रूरी नहीं है कि देखो, women have their own challenges, their own physical barriers. तो उन्होंने उस चीज़ को सामने रख के वो उनकी लिमिटेशन बताई, उनका वीकनेस उसको स्टेट कर दिया. So then in February, the Supreme Court read the government's desired case, asking it to abide by. Abide by is a phrase which means to stand by, or you can say to support, right? किसी चीज़ के साथ खड़े रहना या उस चीज़ को सपोर्ट करना. By its own policy and granting permanent commission to women in the SSC and giving them command postings in all services other than combat. Other than combat, other than the fighting zone, the border zone, वहाँ छोड़कर, उस चीज़ को छोड़कर आप सब जगह उनको सारी सर्विसेज अपॉर्चुनिटी चांस दीजिए, ऐसा कमीशन ने ग्रांट किया था ना पॉलिसी भेजी. The misogyny was, the misogyny, this is noun which means the hatred for women, was called out in a 54-page judgment. The Supreme Court noted that women officers of the Indian Army had brought laurels to the force. That it stated that it has brought laurels, but it has been praiseworthy. बहुत ही गर्व हो रहा है. ठीक है. The time has become for a realization that women officers in the army are not adjuncts to male-dominated establishments. Now this says, when I say adjunct is a noun which means a supplement or a substitute, like supplement, like you add something as an additional part, right? So वो इसका supplement है, एक add-on part है उस चीज़ के लिए. तो मेन रोल प्ले नहीं कर रहे हैं, वो एक सबॉर्डिनेट रोल प्ले कर रहे हैं, तो बस एक सप्लीमेंट के तौर पर माना। तो वो कह रहे हैं कि वुमेन को ऐसा बन के नहीं रह जाना है to a male dominated establishment whose presence must be tolerated within narrow confined boundaries। उन्हीं दीवारों में, उन्हीं बाउंड्रीज में इनको नहीं रह जाना है। Confined here has been used as noun। आगे देखते हैं, says the army is often seen as the preserve of men, but enough women have fought heroic battles to bust that myth, to end, to destroy, खत्म करना। Myth, false belief। A false belief is a myth। तो कहते हैं झूठी रचना या झूठी जो बिलीफ है, जो सोच है उस चीज़ से, या झूठा जो कथन है उस चीज़ से। From Rani and Jhansi in the past to squadron leader Minty Agarwal of the Indian Air Force, these are two examples that were there. From early time to recent times, who last year was part of the team that guided Wing Commander Abhinandan Vardhaman during the Balakot airstrike carried out by the IAF. The irony is that of the 40,825 officers serving in the army, a mere 1653 are women, as the top court noted. The overall percentage of women at all levels of the armed forces needs to be increased to usher in a change, to usher to help to change. This is a verb used here, that is madad karna. So, in this change, a regressive mindset which mirrors society. A lot more must be done on gender sensitization elsewhere in the world, in countries। तो वो कह रहे हैं कि अगर आपको सोसाइटी में चेंज लाना है, एक प्रोग्रेसिव माइंडसेट है, तो आपको लगातार कुछ ऐसे स्टेप्स लेने होंगे which actually comes up or which impacts or which highlights and which I would say brings some sort of improvement in gender sensitization। People have had these sentiments, and this is a very sensitive point of discussion. But in this case, we have to a lot more has to be done. Elsewhere in the world, in countries such as the United States and Israel, women are allowed in active combat. They are allowed. They are there in the fighting zone, in war, on the borders. They are there. Here, the Supreme Court had to forcefully nudge the government. It has to push the government. Nudge is used here as a verb, which means push. उनको धकेलना पड़ रहा है, धकेलना पड़ रहा है to make women's role in the army more inclusive। उनको और ज़्यादा इंक्लूड करके उनको बढ़ावा दिया जाए, right? A gender barrier may have fallen, but the war against inequity is far from over। See, this is what I spoke about in the very first point, कि completely इस चीज़ को ख़त्म करना, इस inequality को, gender biasness को, it is not possible। वो अभी और भी दूर है, वो impossible ही है, because you cannot change mindset of each and every person who is there in the society। It is really difficult। It is beyond one's expectation and imagination that every single person in this million of among this million of people that you could change everyone's mindset. It is not possible because people are coming from different backgrounds. They have their own perspective, their own living set of beliefs and living point of view. So you cannot take or you can guarantee that it can shun these, I would say, these minute and minuscule points that like bother people a lot, right? So it has to be as if you are there to nullify it, like I would say step by step. This can only be done one step at a time. This was the entire point that we had to discuss today. The article was about this, and the word that I would take for the day would be nothing else but this, that is adjunct. Like it was used as a noun in the passage which means a supplement. एक जो add on होता है किसी चीज़ में, जो मेजर कॉम्पोनेंट नहीं है बट एक एडिशनल पार्ट है, एडिशनल चीज़ है किसी चीज़ का, ठीक है, आप कह सकते हैं एक छोटा सा हिस्सा. So this is the word that I would like to take for the word of the day. I would request you to fill in your sentences with this word. Comment below and let me know about the words that the sentences that you can possibly frame for it. Also, let us know the article that you've been reading. Comment below. Let us know the article that you read. So they're extremely important for us, and I will see you in the next session with another article. And till then, keep learning and growing. And any doubt that you have pertaining to English language, you can write down to us. Also, if you see here, the whatever grammar point of view that I've discussed with you today, I want you to keep them bear in mind because error-based questions are asked from this point as well. So I want you to bear this in mind. You can also comment a few words that you know whose meaning changes when you add s or es to them. Okay, so do write to us. I'll be waiting for you. And do not forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button to the video. Thank you so much.